Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our lesson today, matrices or matrix. A matrix is an ordered set of numbers. Numbers are called elements listed in rectangular form, such as A. A is the name of the matrix, equals 2, 3, 4, 1, 7, 3. A is the name of the matrix, and these numbers is called elements. Okay, each number is called element, and all these numbers are called elements of the matrix A. Okay, the matrix consists of rows and columns. Rows and columns. The horizontal is called row. Row. Okay, and the vertical elements is column. Okay, so the matrix consists of rows and columns. The order of the matrix is the number of rows and the number of columns. The number of rows first and the number of columns second. In this case, or in this example, the matrix A, this matrix has two rows, 1 and 2, and three columns, 1, 2, 3. So this matrix in order 2 by 3 because it has two rows and three columns. So the order of the matrix is number of rows and number of columns. Okay. After that, the general form of the matrix, rows and columns. Here, this element E11, it means this element lies on the first row and the first column. This element E11 means this element lies on the first row and on the first column. The second one, E12, it means this element lies on the first row and the second column. E13 lies in the first on the first row and third columns, and so on. This element lies on the second row and the first column. So we wrote E21. E22, it means in the second row and the second column. 2-3 second row and the third column. 3-3 third row and the third column, and so on. So when we write this matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and when we ask write the element A equal, this matrix is called A, write A1, 3. 1, 3 means the element that lies on the first row and the third column. First row and the third column, it means this number 3. A 2, 2, it means the element that lies on the second row and the second column. This element is 5. Okay. After that, types of matrices. Number one, a square matrix. A square matrix, it means the matrix consists of the same number of rows and columns, such as this matrix 1, 3, 4, 0. This matrix is called a square matrix because it has 2 rows and 2 columns. Another example, 1, 3, 0, 2, 6, 1, 7, 0, 2. This matrix is called the square matrix because this matrix consists of 3 rows and 3 columns. So the square matrix consists of the same number of columns and rows. The second type, row matrix. Row matrix consists of one row. 1, 2, 5. This matrix consists of one row and 3 columns, and it's order 1 by 3. Column matrix consists of one column on this form 2, 0, 4. This matrix is called column matrix because it has one column. It's order 3 by 1. 0 matrix, the matrix which all elements of it, all elements are 0. 0, 0, 0, 0 in any order. Okay, all elements are 0. It's called 0 matrix. Last one, unit matrix. Unit matrix, it has 1, 1 in the main diagonal. This is called the main diagonal, and the remainder are 0. Okay, this diagonal is called the main diagonal. Main diagonal, and the another elements are 0. Okay. Equality of two matrices. Now, if the first matrix equal the second matrix, find x, y, and z. Okay. When the two matrices are equal, so the corresponding elements are equal. Corresponding elements. So the first element, x plus 1 equals 5. X plus 1 equals 5. So x equals 4. The second element, which lies on the first row and second column, equal the corresponding elements z. So z equal 3. This element is corresponding to this element. So y power 2 equals 9. So y equals what? Again, very good, plus or minus 3. Because we take the square root, so we must put positive or negative. Square root 9 is 3. Okay. Last, adding two matrices. When we have two matrices, the first one is called G and the second one is called F. How can we find F plus G? When we add the two matrices, we add the corresponding elements. So we write F plus G and add the corresponding. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 3 plus 1 equals 4. 6 plus 0 equals 6. 2 plus 0 equals 2. 4 plus 1 equals 5. 7 plus 1 equals 8, and so on. And by the same method, we can subtract the two matrices. For example, 3, 5, 0, 2, minus 1, 7, 3, 1 equals, by subtracting the corresponding elements, 3 minus 1 equals 2, 5 minus 7 equals negative 2, 0 minus 3 equals negative 3, 2 minus 1 equals 1, and so on. Okay, now we have finished the first lesson in matrices. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.